The vehicle slows before turning into a building entrance.
I suggest you take the earpiece from my backing and use it as soon as possible.
Says my scanner, causing me to take the earpiece from its backing and wedge it into my ear.
HUD activated. The red dots are the planet's inhabitants. The red dots with parameters are cameras. I suggest switching your atomizer to stun if you don't want to kill anyone.
Says my scanner, reminding me I found my weapon in the rubble. The vehicle goes down a few levels before stopping. I see male and female beings walking around in matching camouflage uniforms. I look around and see boxes and other equipment that they may use for whatever they do. A few moments pass before I see my window. I drop down to the ground, slide out from under the vehicle, and run to the boxes, kneeling down and taking cover. I calm myself before noticing a red dot on my HUD walking towards me. Stun. I whisper to my pistol before it makes a low rumble. Once the human steps out around the corner, I jam my pistol into his neck and pull the trigger. A stifled zap rings out before the soldier falls to the ground, knocked out. Close. I take his ID and papers for any access they may provide me.
Calculations finished. 23% chance of surviving this.
Says my scanner. I'm sure I've survived lower percentages.
You have, actually.
Says my scanner, making me grin. Lead the way. A blue line appears in front of me that I can only see using my HUD.
Place the human's ID card on the square next to the door to unlock it.
Says my scanner as I spot another opportunity to move. I dash to the door and place the ID card on the square until the red light turns green. My heart skips a beat as I quietly close the door behind me. I look upon a large open room full of humans in black clothes. I really wish I was invisible, I think to myself.
Cloaking activated.
Says my scanner before I notice the tips of my fingers and midsection begin to disappear. Within a few seconds, I am completely invisible. Sweet. I weave through the crowd of humans, but trip one or two on the way for a chuckle. I walk through the door on the other end of the open hall, making sure no one sees me. Kind of freak everybody out if they seen a ghost open a door.
1 minute until cloaking is charged.
Says my scanner as my body becomes visible again. Two humans suddenly turn into the hallway I'm standing in. Our eyes meet. Everything slows as they draw their weapons and I raise mine. I stun one and take aim at the other. We pull triggers at the same time. I see the round coming at me, though I can't move. I see transparent plates that look like octagons appear in front of the bullet, causing it to mushroom. A bright blue flash and low hum causes me to flinch before I look back to the human who is lying on the ground. A very cold chill runs down my spine before I follow the line that leads me to where I need to go. Thinking back, that round would have ended up in my head. I turn a corner and come to a dimly lit staircase. I stay cautious and keep my pistol pointed down the staircase. I check behind me every few seconds so I don't get a nasty surprise. Once at the bottom of the staircase, I walk up to a black door with a red light above it. I take position next to the door and get ready to breach. I notice a red dot in the room and make sure my pistol is set to stun. I burst through the door and spot a female human, causing me to quickly point my gun at her. "Don't you fucking speak!" I say, stepping closer, causing a fear to build in her eyes. I notice a window out of the corner of my eye before I look over and notice a Zemphra wearing a white jumpsuit. He sits surrounded by this planet's electronics as if tamed. I look back to the female human. "You fucking move and you're dead, you understand?" I say before pointing my gun at the glass and pulling the trigger. The glass falls to the ground like rain, startling the Zemphra. The Zemphra jumps from its bed before smiling. I point my gun back to the female human along with my eyes. "Let's find a way home," I say, shouting, keeping my eyes on the female human.
"You don't have to tell me twice, cunt,"
says the Zemphra, speaking with the same accent as the humans in this facility. And the tone of his voice also tells me he's a male. He gets to his feet and cleans off the glass from his clothes with his hands. "What's your name?"
"Riot,"
he says with a smile before the faint sound of footsteps just outside the door causes both to react. "Go hide in the corner and stay low," I say to the female human before I take a pistol from my pocket and toss it to Riot. He quickly shows his knowledge of their weapons. We both ready our weapons for whatever comes through that door. The door opens a bit. "How many times have I told you to stop worrying about that bloody creature, Nara?" says a man's voice before the door opens all the way, revealing a large, muscular male human with medals and badges on his uniform. think he just made a mistake.